What's up guys, it's Brian here, and today I am bringing you guys the biggest LEGO collection video that I have ever done. I've done my clone army, my droid army, my rebels, and my Imperial armies, but then I decided, why not just combine them all and put them all onto one table? And back in, at the end of last year, I asked you guys, when I did my room tour, should I empty out my minifigure drawer and do a complete minifigure collection video? And the response was an overwhelming yes. So behind me on the table, there's a little sneak peek for you guys. I've laid out every single minifigure that I could possibly find from my collection. Without ado, let's get straight into the video. Now, standing in front of this entire collection is the sig fig from my channel, Mr. Watermelon. This guy's been my sig fig ever since I started out this channel. And including Mr. Watermelon, he commands an army of 739 LEGO minifigures across a range of themes and Star Wars eras, stretching across the entire table from end to end, custom figures included. This is going to be one long video. I'm going to go over everything in detail, and let's see how long this takes. Time to show you it all. Alright, so like I said before, Mr. Watermelon is standing in front of 738 other LEGO minifigures. Giving you a little bit of an aerial view before we get into each section specifically. I divided up into some sections that make sense to at least me, the when I sorted them. This base plate is Republic, Separatists, and Sith, custom clones, original trilogy, that's just the Ewok village, random miscellaneous figures all along the back, Imperial armies up here, my Rebel armies over there, my First Order armies over there, and other miscellaneous figures from the sequel trilogy are over there. And there's a few other custom figures back there as well. Those are my Jaws figures. So, where do I even begin? Let's go from this corner. We're going to go across. Maybe we'll snake around and go all the way back. Starting out over here are my figures from the sequel trilogy. Pretty much all of these guys are sequel trilogy figures. Let's start up front with the classics. Luke, Han, Leia, all the other Lukes, Kylos. I'm going to go through these pretty darn quickly. 3 versions of Kylo, 2 versions of Poe, 2 versions of Finn, including the one from the New Visual Dictionary, Tito, Unkar's Thug, Red Arm C-3PO, and 2 BB-8s, one on either side. One's from the X-Wing, one's from the BB-8 giant statue. 6 Praetorian Guards, some Resistance figures over here, random Resistance guys, Snap Wexley, Lor San Tekka, Maz Kanata, Admiral Akbar, and 4 versions of Rey. I do not have a single set from Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. So none of these minifigures are Rise of Skywalker minifigures. I just didn't like any of the sets, and they were too expensive for me, so I just decided not to get any. My First Order army is over here. Very small. Everyone keeps asking to see my First Order army. This is literally it. There's not a lot compared to, you know, my clone army. It's led by Hux and Phasma and some execution troopers. A whole bunch of stormtroopers and heavy stormtroopers. There's some pilots, some baton troopers in there. There's a traitor among the midst. That is a custom painted Finn helmet. And, you know, some flame troopers back there. More stormtroopers. I threw DJ back at the First Order. He's in the far back because he's all shifty. And some random officers up here. Some First Order guys. Alright, so those are my sequel trilogy figures. Coming over here to my clone army. Another very highly requested video is that I show an updated version of my clone army. I did a Republic Army video in 2014, and I've gotten maybe 5 clones added to it since then, so it hasn't grown at all since 2014. This is the army. I've got my 212th over here, led by Commander Cody from Minifigs for You. I've gone over him many times. Bomb Squad troopers are back there. I only have 4 of them. My Kashyyyk troopers army, led by Commander Gree. And my Phase 1 army over here. In case you're wondering where his helmet is, well, it's on Mr. Watermelon. So, there's all my Phase 1 guys. I have a lot more of these guys than I thought I did. 1 Republic Trooper. I have a lot of these Phase 1 Clone Wars clones. I did not think I had this many. I have 7 or 8 of them. How many is that there? That's 7. I didn't realize I had that many of them. I must have ordered them on Bricklink a while ago. Because I was just surprised when they just kept coming. Some Gunners, some Horn Company troopers, the lone white Phase 2 clone, some ARF troopers, specialty troopers, my 351st troopers, the one regular one, Rex, and the pilot, and then some older Phase 2 clones, including some regular pilots over there. My older pilots, my older Phase 2 clones going all the way across. A couple random droids that didn't really fit anywhere else are back there. Back here we have the Jedi section, not including that back row right there. Including my Obi-Wans through the years, including the 2005 Obi-Wan, my first one, and 2005 Anakin, including some more Anakins going all the way down. And there's younger Anakin too, and past the divide is a Darth Vader version of Anakin. Then some more Jedi back there. I'm not going to go over all of them by name. These 4 are from Palpatine's arrest. Wait, where's Akin Kolar? Am I missing one? No. Oh, Mace Windu. Duh. A couple Kit Fistos. One was from a magnet set. There's a Yoda and a Padme. And some... These are just like, I guess, Republic sympathizers, because I didn't really have a space for them. But like Captain Panaka and some Gungans, including Jar Jar and Padme. Kanan Jarrus is back there. Some more Jedi. That's an old Ahsoka. Good highlight. Coleman Trebor, another highlight. Along this back row are like very miscellaneous figures. I didn't really have a slot for them. Mandalorian Battle Pack, didn't know where to throw those guys. Figures from Solo, did not know where to throw those either. Like Han, Kira, and the Mud Trooper Han. I don't have any other figures from Solo besides like some Imperial guys. And then some Wookiees back there, the ones I ordered for the Kashyyyk mock. And Tarful is back there as well. Coming up front to my Separatist army, we have a whole legion of battle droids over here. I didn't count every single type of figure individually. That would have taken me way too long. But we have some battle droids up here with a commander battle droid. He's just got the yellow markings on him. Some of them have guns, some of them don't. I kind of threw this together. We're getting a little lazy. My Geonosis battle droids, 5 pilots. I do not have a single red security battle droid, fun fact. I think that's 14 super battle droids. Let me stand this guy up here. 14 super battle droids, some commando droids, and then some random Separatist bad guys over here. Palo the Lesser, 2 versions of Grievous. Love this old Grievous figure from 2005. Jango Fett, Boba Fett, Santa Django. Some more random figures back here. Nuke Gunray is a good highlight of that. Some assassin droids. Cad Bane, Pong Krell. These are the 4 figures from the original Mandalorian Battle Pack, and I customized one of them to be Pre Vizsla. Never used it. I made a custom pauldron and everything, but he's just a very simple figure. Gave him a different style head, so he's kind of cool, I suppose. I made him a long time ago, way before I started YouTube. Back here is my row of Sith. Most of them are just Darth Vaders. I have how many? Like what? If we want to count these up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 versions of Darth Vader, including from all the way from the simple one to the light up one, all the way up to the newest one with the weird helmet that I don't really like. A couple Palpatines, Darth Maul, Darth Raven. Huge highlight of my collection is that I actually have a Darth Raven. 2 versions of Count Dooku, Clone Wars version that I don't like at all. I had to put this minifigure back together for this set for this collection video because he was torn apart. Count Dooku is back there. So that is this section up here. Sliding on over here are my custom clones. The 3 squads all in one place. This will be the only time you ever see these three squads in one place. The retired Beta Squad, Row Squad, and my newest addition, Delta Squad. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. And General David's over there as well. So, there are the squads in all their glory. Take them in. Only group shot you'll ever get. Original trilogy figures over here. Not including, like, Rebels and stuff. But I have Luke's up in the front. I did a collection on my Luke Skywalker, a video on my Luke Skywalker collection not too long ago. So go check that video out if you want to see the Lukes and all the details. Han Solo is in the next row. My versions of Han from really old, getting into kind of newer. It's a Hoth version. There's 2 versions of Carbonite Han. 4 Leias, sorry. From old to new, to Hoth, to Slave Leia. 3 versions of Ben Kenobi, from old to newest. 2 versions of Yoda. Very, very happy to have this Yoda figure. He's like my favorite figure. He's one of my favorites. A couple C-3POs, medical droid, Lobot, and some Bespin guards and Landos. This is a Lando also. Some more Chewies, Tusken Raiders and Jawas. It's a trap. And then Jabba and his guard, and 2 versions of Han and Carbonite. I threw the Ewok Village stand over here because this is actually the stand that I use to display the figures from the Ewok Village. So I didn't really want to take this apart, so I just left it exactly as is, with the Ewoks and the OT characters and the Stormtroopers and Scout Troopers up there. So I left that exactly the way it was, and I like it over there in this collection video. So now we slide on over to my Rebel army, which kind of starts here-ish and goes all the way down, including some pilots, Luke, Wedge, there's a Dak Ralter and a Biggs in there, a whole bunch of R2s from various sets. Let's see what else we got in here, something interesting. Choppers back there too. I love these Tantive 4 Troopers, and I have 5 of them. I bought them for the Jack Humok. Some more Rebel Troopers, a lot of them from Battle Packs, years gone by. There's an old B-Wing pilot. He's very cool. Let's see what else we got. The A-Wing pilots over here. Admiral Raddus and some U-Wing pilots. And then we get into the characters from Rogue One. The 3 miscellaneous guys down here. I know Pow's name. I forget the others' names, though. A couple versions of Cassian, Jin, K2, another Cassian, Baze, Chirrut, and Bodhi. The whole gang's here from Rogue One. Very happy to have this whole squad. Wish they would make a Saw Gerrera, though. I have the 3 old clone troopers, Wolf, Rex, and Gregor. I got those guys off Brinklink a while ago. And then I kind of had Boba Fett like bleed onto this side from the Imperial side, but I have the 4 versions of Boba Fett, from the Slave 1 version with the arm printing, to 2 old versions, and the concept Boba Fett from one of the books. And now we get into the Imperial side of things. My Imperial army is one of the most satisfying out of all these, I have to say. We have the main bad guys in the front, Krennic, Tarkin, Thrawn, and that's General or Admiral Veers, as well as some more officers back there, some sand troopers, snow troopers, the bounty hunters are back there. One of the highlights is very old Greedo. Whoop, zoomed in too far. Old Greedo with the arm printing. Love that minifigure. One of the rarest in my collection, or one of the most expensive in my collection, I should say. Got him back in the original set, the Cantina set. And then we get into the Stormtroopers over here. Some pilots, some hover tank pilots. Those patrol troopers, is that what they're called? I don't know, the guys from Solo. I have 4 of those Rebels troopers that are very bad. Some officers, some crew members, some gunners, shadow guards. Another highlight is that Chrome Stormtrooper. He's very hard to find these days. He goes for a pretty penny on third-party sites. So there's him. We have an army of Stormtroopers over here. I think I have 14 total of these Stormtroopers. I'm pretty sure. I turned one of them into a commander because I had the pauldron on hand. One of them is an old Stormtrooper from that original Cantina. Let's see, other highlights back here. Shadow Troopers back there, Shadow Guards, Death Troopers all along the back here. I have 10 Shock Troopers. Got these on a really good deal a few years back for the Jack Humok. Love these Shock Troopers. They're so cool. And they only came in 1 set, so I'm very happy to have so many of them. And that's the Imperial Army. I showed these guys before a little bit, but these are my custom Jaws figures. We have Hooper, Quint, and Brody. I have a separate video on these guys completely, and on the Jaws boat that I made. Very, very happy with how these guys turned out. Even though I made them like 2 years ago at this point. Was it last year or 2 years ago? I don't remember. I made them a long time ago. But love these Jaws figures. They're so cool. Anyway, so that's pretty much all the Star Wars figures. Went over those very, very quickly. I know the video has been pretty long still, but I'm glad I got through all these figures without dwelling on too many things. Because I kind of want to get through this video as quickly as possible. So now to the back, to the miscellaneous figures, the ones that aren't Star Wars. This is my stand I have of collectible minifigures. Again, didn't take them off of their stand because they just fit so nicely on there. I got a lot of Disney figures back there. Mickey and Minnie, I have all the Aladdin figures. Maleficent's back there, Jack Skellington's back there. Some of them are hidden in here, but obviously in the front I've got all the costume guys like the watermelon and the pizza, the banana, the hot dog. Those guys are really neat. I have some doubles of the CMF figures on this as well, like the pig and the shark and the genie. They're all back there. This is really a plate mostly of, well, they have a lot of ideas figures on here. The Beatles are in the front, John, Paul, George, and Ringo from the Yellow Submarine, the four guys from the old fishing store, my favorite Lego set of all time, Statue of Liberty. These three figures were from when Lego did those promotions, the Classic Space, Classic Knights, and Classic Pirates. The two figures from Steamboat Willie, Mickey and Minnie. The two figures from the Dino Bone set, the Archaeologist and the Skeleton Guy. And then, again, doubles of CMF figures are back there. This plate has some figures from the Mars Mission series from 2006, I want to say, with these very cool astronauts and these weird aliens. I have 8 of these Aqua Raiders figures built. I probably have like 13 or 14 of these figures total, but I just couldn't get the other ones built. I use them for customization a lot because they have some great colored arms and hands. They have black hands and black legs. So I use them a lot for customization, so I don't have a lot of them built. I actually had to rebuild all of these guys for this collection video, so I only have 8 of them built, but I have so many more. I had almost every single Aqua Raider set from back in the day. Some more random figures back here. These guys I picked up on Bricklink a while ago. This Portal girl, I don't even know her name. I just got her so I can have her flesh-colored arms, really. And she was a dirt cheap figure. Good hairpiece, good face, too. Some cowboy figures back there. 2 Indiana Joneses. These guys were from the Ideas exosuit back in the day. Let's see. This plate has figures from my Winter Village. Every Christmas I set up a Winter Village because I got a few of the sets from back when, including Old Santa, the Carolers, and then all of the miscellaneous figures from the Winter Village. This plate has some city stuff. These guys are actually from the fall set from a couple years back. These guys are from the Halloween set. A couple skeletons, and then these are just random city folk from various sets I've got. Emmett's back there too, just kind of chilling. And then we get over here. These are from the 2013 Castle line of sets. The Good Knights and the Bad Knights. I ended up getting all of those sets because I just love Castle stuff so much. So I ended up getting all of the 2013 Castle sets. So the King and the Princess, or is it the Queen? I don't know if she's a Queen. Her crown is turned anyway. So there's more Good Knights than Bad Knights. But I love the King, and I love the Evil Wizard. Those guys are some very cool figures. And the reason I got all these sets back then was because I was really into Knight's Kingdom back in the day. So, these are the Knight's Kingdom guys. Danju, Santis, Raskus, and Jaco. I'm surprised I remember their names. And the evil guy, Lord Vladik, back there. And his 2 henchmen. And I don't know the wizard's name, but that's the wizard. And there's King Matthias. All of those guys from the Knight's Kingdom line. Love these figures. They're so nostalgic to me. Never got the big castle, though. I was way too little, and it was $100. It was way too expensive, but I have every other Knight's Kingdom set from that first gen of Knight's Kingdom. Back here are some Ferrari minifigures. My dad is really into racing, and back when Lego had these racing figures out, I was like, hey, I'm going to get some of these racing sets, because they're pretty cool. So, we have Ross Brawn, the manager of Ferrari, some Ferrari pit guys, those 3 back there, Michael Schumacher, Kimi Räikkönen, and Fernando Alonso, back when they were on Ferrari and actually racing Formula 1 back in the day. Very cool that I have those, and apparently those helmets are very accurate to what they actually look like. My dad has a conspiracy theory that they designed that face after Ross Brawn and then used it as a general face from that point forward, because it looks just like the actual guy. And then the last base plate is my Marvel plate. Don't have a lot of Marvel sets, but some of them are kind of cool. I like the Vision figure a lot. The Spider-Man's really cool. That dual molded legs of Spider-Man. Cap, Hawkeye, Yondu, 2 Star-Lords, Rocket and Baby Groot's in there as well. And let's see, Nebula, Nova Corps, 2 of those guys. I think that's supposed to be a Wolverine. I don't know, he was free back in the day. Martian Manhunter, who was also a freebie back in the day, and Aisha. And I threw a big old Groot back here as well. I didn't actually count him in the 738, so he'd be 739, or 740 rather. But he just looks cool among the rest of the figures towering over them. So I just had to throw good old Groot in there. So, took me 20 minutes, just about. But that is my entire Lego minifigure collection. I'm going to go put the camera back on the tripod, take a few breaths, because I am completely out of breath, and end out the video. Well guys, there you have it. that is my entire collection of Lego minifigures. At least the ones I can find. I still have a drawer of some broken pieces of minifigures from like long past that there's no way I'd be able to put them together, and a whole bunch of minifigures that I've like torn apart to customize that I didn't put back together for the sake of, just for the sake of this video. There's some parts that are like, they're scattered all over the place. So, that's pretty much it. I'm glad I was able to go over that in a decent time. This wasn't my longest video ever, that's for sure. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really enjoyed putting this all together. I love looking at all these figures just sitting out here. It's very satisfying. If you haven't done so already, put out your entire minifigure collection, because no matter how many you have, big or small armies, it's very satisfying to do. And I know I don't have as many minifigures as some of my fellow YouTubers out there. This is definitely small compared to some other YouTubers out there for sure. But thank you guys for watching this minifigure collection. I had a really fun time putting this together. Maybe at the end of each year, I'll do a like collection of minifigures I got that year. Because this collection will definitely grow. I don't know if it'll grow as much as, you know, this is literally 20 years of collecting has made this entire thing. I got most of these figures. I should say this too. Most of these figures came from their original sets. Maybe only like 20 of these, maybe 20, came from Bricklink or other places. But the vast majority of these guys actually came in their original sets. So that's why I don't have like a crazy amount of like one specific figure, is because I got all of them from their original sets. But anyway, now I'm completely out of breath. That's going to just about do it for this collection video, guys. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed. Leave me a comment down below. And be sure to go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. Thanks, guys, for watching. This has been Brian from Watermelon Studios. Peace out, guys.